Okay.
All right, now we're good.
We officially started the podcast.
Welcome to our podcast.
Here she goes. She likes to talk.
I like to look at him.
Right,
when
look right
we
at
talk.
me. Yes.
You have a moment.
This is something new we're doing. We're going having a podcast, doing a lot of geeky topics. Pretty much of anything you can be geeked out on. Because, you can be geeky on anything. Don't you agree?
Yeah, you can.
You were a band geek in high school.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was.
And so today is it's just us. We're going to kind of just talk about just us for the thing, just to introduce ourselves. And we'll figure out different topics. So if you guys want to write to us, comment, and you can talk to us because we'll answer questions or whatever. We'll talk about different things. We talked about having some funny comments of, things that we like and don't like. Some geeky things, right?
You're just going on with that sentence. Trying to make that work.
Oh, just trying to make it work. Yes, you can definitely laugh at us because I know I'll probably make myself look like an idiot. That is my jam. Don't you agree?
It is.
Thanks. Throw me right under the bus there.
You're welcome. To be honest, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to share it.
Oh, you're sharing.
Yeah,
My bad.
I can't do
My
two things
bad.
at once.
My bad. So, yeah. Just for everyone to know, like I said, I'm Niles. This is Jesse. You're my niece. Well, you're my best friend's daughter.
I'm your niece.
Yes. The
I
niece.
tell everyone that you're my uncle.
Oh, really?
I do.
I wouldn't admit that I know me at all.
No.
So I know for myself I wouldn't admit it.
Well,
I know a lot of people that don't.
I'm just saying that to make you feel better.
Yeah. Oh.
Just kidding.
So, like I said, we're going to try to do a podcast. This is our first one, so we're definitely going to mess up a lot. That's our jam. We decided not to do a topic at all because we figured we'd just kind of tell funny stories of our pasts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What makes us the goofy geek? Because I don't think anyone can be any more goofier than me.
Yep.
I just for the record, I like to point out that I just love the fact that she has to come right to the microphone, look
I
at
do.
me, and go,
I do.
"Yup."
Yep.
You remind me of those Saturday Night Live. Yeah, remember those Saturday Night Live women?
I watch it. Yeah.
That would go up and they talk like this.
Do you want to do some ASMR?
Look at someone says, "You guys are awesome. Thank you." We're gonna have to pay that person $5.
I'll write it down.
Write down their name. Yeah, what did you play in high school?
Flute, piccolo, and oboe. I taught myself the oboe.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Was that hard?
Yeah. It was not.
No,
it was very
seriously.
hard.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, it's like one of the hardest.
Because
instruments.
that has oboe, isn't that has a reed, doesn't it?
It has a double reed.
Right, and you just said you did the flute, who doesn't have a reed.
Mm-hmm. Mouth position's still weird.
Right, it's a different procedure.
Yeah.
So how did you teach yourself? Did you watch videos? Oh, I didn't even know that about you. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, so it's in the same key as flute. So in 6th grade when I started, my teacher was always like, "Oh, whoever wants to play oboe can play oboe, but you have to learn flute first."
Right.
And so I learned flute, and they kept asking about it, and she's like, "Well, I don't have an oboe for you, so you gotta like."
So she asked, but
you
didn't have one.
You
for
also had to provide one.
Oh, so what was the point of asking? Like pressuring you to do something? I don't have one. Too bad.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yep. It's all on you. Well, so then in 8th grade, I was able to borrow one from the high school, and I got it over the summer, but I didn't know how to play it, so I just didn't touch it.
Right.
And I thought I was going to be able to have a teacher help me,
Right.
and I didn't. And I remember walking into my first band class, and my teacher would be like, "All right, play your B-flat scale." And I'm like, I don't even know how this thing goes together. He's like, "Just figure it out. Like, just try your best." I'm like,
so you were squeaking, like you were
yeah,
a mess.
it was bad.
Right, it was bad.
In front of all of it, everyone.
Oh
like,
my gosh. They just threw you under the bus.
they just threw me under. He's like,
and
just
your
figure
dad
it out.
just for you know, Jesse's mom and dad were band geeks when I was in high school, which your dad played the drums,
Mm-hmm.
which I know he plays guitar because he was in a band, like a legit band.
Yeah.
I believe he started with the bass, if I remember right,
Right,
and then
right,
went
yeah.
to the lead guitar later on. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. I'm sure your dad will probably be like, "What are you saying?" But it was something like that.
Yeah.
And then your mom was in the band, and I
Mhm.
don't remember what she
She
played.
played trumpet in
French one?
French
No.
horn. Well, no, yeah, but like the marching.
The
French horn.
yeah, that's
I
right.
can't
Yeah.
think of it right now.
So they couldn't help you because that's
No,
nothing.
That's
to
not
do.
even like close to a
Don't.
read.
Yes. No. Your dad's
Not
like, I
even
can play it.
helpful.
Your dad's like, I can play it.
Right.
No.
My dad can't even read music.
No,
He'll
I
tell
do
you
know.
like
No, I know
he
he
doesn't know how to
can't.
read it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So he told me like right after he's like, all right, go. Here's a fingering chart. Go into the other room
Right.
and pretty much figure it out.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I, for the longest time, would go in the other room and try and figure out how this thing worked. And
So you must have an ear for that because there's no way you can just.
well, yes
I can't
and no.
believe we're on music right now. Like, this is where the conversation.
Right, and
went.
you have nothing to do with
I have
music.
no clue about this stuff. I
Right.
did not play. Oh, you played sax. Yeah, no, I didn't
Ooh.
play any instruments. I just sat with the band with your dad
Yeah.
in the back because he was the first kid in Portsmouth to have the
The Quins.
yeah
Yeah.
the drums. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was big into that.
Mhm.
And I remember him being on Sky Heaven when he got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before it was just one drum and that was it.
Mhm.
The big bass and that was it.
Yeah.
Or I mean
The
snare and the big bass and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They're new. I'm just working on them.
so pretty much 8th grade, I didn't really know what I was doing, and then freshman year, I kind of like understood it better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could figure it out a little bit more. And then I actually have a friend who played oboe, and she like was telling me like, "Oh, you're like way out of tune. Like you gotta like figure that out."
Oh my gosh! So,
So
your
she
instruments
helped
out.
me.
Your
She helped me.
instruments out of tune.
hmm
You have no one helping you.
I'm pretty sure my oboe was broken the entire time I had it, and I had them sent
Well,
to
this
that.
is the greatest school system I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
Like this is
Well,
ridiculous.
that makes sense, you know.
Oh, he plays the upright bass. Do you know there's a teacher that did that? He would stand there and he would play the bass like the old school jazz thing. The
Mhm.
coolest thing to see.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why it was cool. It's just because you don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
So when he used to do it, he used to do little tricks, like stand on the thing and kind of,
Mm-hmm.
I kept waiting for it to break. Even though he was a skinny man, like
Yeah.
you just don't think how strong those things are.
Right.
So you had an instrument that wasn't tuned,
I'm pretty sure it was broken.
broken. You have no teachers helping you.
No.
You have oh my gosh, like how
You just gotta
and,
figure it out.
and you did it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
how long
but
how
most-
long did you get to where you could actually play like a song?
Well, I
Were
could
you
play.
not in the band for 4 years? Were you like were you locked in the room for 4 years?
No, like I could play with the other. Like I can read music, so I
Right.
can like put two and two together. It was
Right.
just hard to.
You were just mouthing it. You were just
Well, I did that for a lot of songs. Not gonna lie.
see the
But I
truth.
could play some songs and
Yeah.
at least like part of the song at a time.
So what was it? Last 2 years?
No, I could figure. Like I could play.
You
it.
figured it out like
Yeah.
within like the first year, like within reason, like to play a
Yeah.
song. Oh my god, you and your
But-
dad kills me.
Well, and Kelsey has like the same. Like,
Which is
she,
your fiance?
Yeah, it was my fiance. I was playing the piano one time, and because I took a class in high school, a piano class and a guitar class, and my niece has a little like, those kid.
Oh yeah, a little
pianos?
kid keyboards. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I was playing "You Are My Sunshine" on it, and she's like, "Did you like? How do you know how to play that?" I'm like, "I just listened to it and like figured out
That's
how
your
it
dad.
sounds."
Like
Yeah, I can
hate
just
that.
play it by ear.
I hate
don't
you.
need-
I hate you. 'Cause you're so talented. No, seriously, because I can hear a song 100 times. I can't
Mhm.
even hum it in the right key.
Yeah. Well, I cannot sing for.
Well, you did a
Anything.
chorus thing.
I
Your
did,
senior-
and
Okay, just for the joke, just for everyone to know, her senior project was to.
I didn't sing though.
I know. You
Oh, okay.
signed. She
I wasn't-
signed with the chorus.
Yeah.
Like the chorus
Yeah.
sang as you signed the whole thing. Can you? So here's my question: can you really sign, or did you just practice those songs?
I know some, and like I
Right.
can like
Communicate.
I can like try and I can't communicate. I can.
All right. So basically, you could say I'm number one, and that's about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can like I know things and I know like certain things and I know a lot of baby sign language.
Why is there a grown up and baby?
No. So like when kids are like, if you have a baby and
Right.
you want to know like what they want, you'd
Right.
be like, oh, you want to eat, and they
Oh,
they
you let me.
can-
Oh,
'cause
basic.
They can't talk yet.
Like basics.
yeah,
Like just
so
basic.
like water and like,
Oh.
are you thirsty?
Oh, I
Are
gotcha.
you, like,
So it's just basic, like
Yeah.
just common sense stuff.
Mhm.
Like, you know how they say when you choke, put your hand around your neck, like just basic.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
that makes sense.
but
But
yeah,
you can't. You
I
can do the
can't.
alphabet, can't you? I feel like everyone who can sign can do the alphabet.
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to a kid's playground, they're all like written on there, like
Right.
every like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The switch,
the slide sets or whatever,
Yeah,
the
I
play
know.
sets. They
the
all
things
have
that
like
twist
the-
around, like the cubes that you twist around, seem to have it all the time.
Yeah, or even like the side of the wall or something. I just remember growing up with those too.
This
Yeah.
is definitely going to go crazy. Really? No, I was a geek in high school. I know it's hard to believe. No, when I was in middle school, I started reading comics, which I don't know if you guys know. I'm 45, so I was in middle school in the late 80s. So it was very uncool to read comics.
Mhm.
So I used to go buy a stack of comics with two brothers that were my friends,
Mhm.
and they would buy 5, and then my friend would buy 5. Oh, we got to get a little.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
We gotta be on top of each other.
I know.
forgot.
Hey, don't get frisky.
Kelsey just left. So
I
it's
know. So he used to buy 5, and then I would buy 5, and they would be all like different ones, and then we would read, and then we would wrote like, you know, we would be like, oh, I'm done, and we'd cross them, and
what were they? Do you remember?
yeah, my big thing was oh, there's Shannon. Hey, honey, that's my love of my life is Miss Shannon.
Hi,
And,
Shannon.
and so.
What were they? What were your
So
comments?
my big comic book when I was a kid was West Coast of Avengers. I know you're like West Coast, yeah. It's when they split up, and I read the Avengers, and I actually read the the stuff that's on the in the movies. I read the '90s version.
Mhm.
With I guess there's a 2000. They always seem to reboot it. That's kind of what comics do.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was a big fan of that stuff. I was a super geek. I rode horses. Actually, you know that. I
Yeah.
rode horses.
Mhm.
That was my super thing.
Yeah.
Like I was going up and down the East Coast doing that crazy stuff. But I don't know. I just was. I lived a dual life. I think I was very cool in the horse show world. Like, I was accomplished. Well,
Mhm.
at some point, not in the very beginning. I fell off a lot.
Well,
I spent more time on
at
the
least
ground.
you got back on.
I'll put it this way: twice I've looked up into the sky, and I had the show manager and my mom yelling at me that I should buy golf clubs and quit riding. So,
Aw.
so that tells you where my riding career in the beginning. I got better, obviously. I got
Yeah.
a lot better. Well, you've seen videos of me riding, but
Mhm.
I had like a dual life because in the riding world I was very popular. I was, like everyone knew who I was. I was one of the very few men at the time that rode. Most of it was girls.
Mhm.
And then I would go to school and no one would talk to me. I basically sat at lunch by myself. So I lived like two different lives, which is really weird. I think
Yeah.
it did humble me a lot because I got beat up one way in one place, and then the other place, people were coming over and talking to me, and I was like, couldn't wait for people to, is Niles coming? Is Niles coming? No.
Yeah.
And then, it's just weird. It's just, being a geek is, especially in the 80s, was not a fun thing. In the 90s, that was
Right.
just something you didn't want to do. Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
I had cliques. I had crazy cliques in my school. I know everybody has different things, but it's
She was wrong.
I was wrong. Okay.
Wrong about what? What
I
were
don't
you
know.
wrong about?
I don't know. My mom just wrote in saying I was wrong, so she's wrong. All right. So publicly, publicly, my mom came out and said, "John, she's wrong."
It's okay. We can't always be right.
Hey,
I'm
wait a
half
minute.
left.
I'm left-handed. Are you left-handed?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm really left-handed. I thought you were gonna say yeah. Shannon and I are both left-handed.
Really?
Yeah.
Kelsey eats with her left hand.
Yeah.
because her dad's left-handed, so she would watch him eat, and she always ate with her left hand, but she does everything else right-handed. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, well, that's just weird. We were all like that. No, we all have different things that our moms and dads teach us, and then, like, you know, I had a hard time tying my shoes because my parents both right-handed, and trying to learn how to do things left-handed when your family's right-handed.
Right.
I'm sure everybody's got that story. I feel like every left person has that story. Like, I'm gonna do this. Golf clubs, yes. Oh, that's what. Oh, I was wrong about the golf clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, because later on I rode, and things got better for me. I didn't fall off.
See, I always thought that was cool about you because I love horses too.
Yeah.
And
Well, I took you to New England finals, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took you
And
to.
I had a blast. We went to a couple horse shows together, and I always thought that was so cool for like a group to be in and stuff. And I rode for a couple of years, but I stopped.
Yeah.
I want to go back to it.
Do you?
I want to just. I don't know if I don't think I'd want to like do shows or anything. I
Right.
just want to ride.
I miss it at times. I won't lie. I miss it, and usually people laugh because on my personal page you'll see all the pictures of me riding. Like I'll go through this like, you know, memories are the worst thing because I'll like, oh yeah, I remember this, and I'll post it, and then someone says, oh, someone's living through it.
Well, the receptionist at the hair salon,
Yeah.
she always says old people reminisce on the old times.
Yeah,
so
they do. No.
there you go.
So this is our last podcast.
First and last, sorry.
Well, the only thing about high school that was different is in middle school was really tough for me, and then by the time I got to high school, I didn't care, and I actually don't have it on, but usually on my if you can check us out on the Goofy Geek Boutique, we do lives and sell different products and stuff like that.
Gotta put that plug in.
Gotta put that plug in. Gotta make that moolah. Yeah, moolah sponsorship. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
Anyways.
I wear a propeller hat, and my freshman year, I found a propeller hat, and I said I'm gonna wear this. I wore it through high school, and by the time I would say my sophomore year, my freshman year was a tough year because of the hat, and then I still wore it, and then I ended up becoming class president, and things changed. I mean, I just kind of. I think everyone
you weren't
just
afraid to be yourself anymore.
No, I embraced the goofiness of me or my sense of humor, and but I wouldn't say I was brave. Like I wouldn't go around telling people like I read this or I love this, I love this. But I just was like, hey, this is me, and I didn't really care. So in high school, which is more in the 90s, obviously it was 90 to 94. My attitude was much different. I didn't really care. I felt like in high school, the more I cared less what people thought, the more they stopped caring. They only cared when you care.
Right.
And once you stop caring and just worrying about what you want to do in your life, you can let go of everybody else. And I always seem to do that plug. It's weird because I watched Star Trek when I was a kid. I watched Star Wars. I mean, you can't get any more geekier of all the stuff that I used to like live on that stuff.
Right.
I mean, I remember when the next generation of Star Trek, and this is before you could record. So I remember like in the winter, riding would slow down. Obviously, it was being cold, and there weren't many horse shows. I can always remember running around and being like, "Oh, show's on!" Because there was no recording, and you had to be there. So I'd be like running to try to watch the program, and
kids these days will never know like a commercial break.
like I
when
know.
you have to use the bathroom in between, and like the other person's like, "Yo, the show's coming back on."
Yeah,
you
and
spring
you're
over
just-
the couch and like.
Like there was no streaming.
Right.
Like now you can go on like Netflix or any of those types of things, and you can just watch from A to Z.
Right.
And when I was a kid, like you had to watch every show, or you missed it, and you had to hope that you would watch it for the rerun. And sometimes they weren't reruns, like or it wasn't that show they rerun.
Right.
And I remember a lot of, as crazy as it sounds, of running around trying to do that type of thing, of like watching shows. I remember being like, that used to be the worst thing, is when you got in trouble as a kid, and they like, oh, you can't watch like TV,
Right.
and it was like, oh man, I'm never gonna watch this again. Like I know when my daughter Marin, I used to, okay, no TV for tonight. And it was like, yeah, well, it's coming out on Netflix by the end of the year. I'll just binge watch it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't life ending. Where if it was me, what?
You're right.
My big show. You know what my big show in high school was? I never missed it.
What?
You're gonna think I'm a geek. Ready?
Let me
Was
hear it.
Quantum Leap. I watched
no idea what that is.
I watched every single episode of Quantum Leap. I never missed an episode. That was, and the worst thing was, Quantum Leap came on like at, I think it was like 10 o'clock at night, which is not that late. But when you're like in high school and you had a full day,
I'm an old lady. I go to bed.
Wait a minute, you just called me old, and I'm
Yeah.
much older than you.
Yeah, and I go to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Do you?
Yeah.
I go to bed like 11.
No, that's too late.
How is that too late? What time do you wake up?
Like 6. I'm an early bird.
I wake up at 6.
I've always woken up really
6:30.
early. And I used to wake up early to watch shows.
Really?
Mhm.
What would you watch?
I don't know, like the
What?
stupid kid shows.
You would really wake up early to watch like cartoons?
Because I knew certain things came out certain times.
All right, tell me. You know you want to tell me. You don't want to say it, do you?
Because I don't think you would know what they are.
Go ahead, just throw it out. I bet you I
One of
watch
them was like High Five. I used to watch Scooby-Doo in the morning. And
Oh.
then my mom she was working like early mornings.
Yeah.
She caught me one time. She's like, go to bed. Turn the TV off.
Were you up early? Like, how
It was, like,
early
in
were
the
we
middle of
talking
the
about?
night. I
Like,
just couldn't sleep.
oh,
so I
in the
turned
middle of the
TV off.
night.
Yeah.
So you're talking about like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but I'd also wake up early to watch like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Do you know what used to come on?
Saved by the Bell. I used to wake up early for that too.
Oh, that show was horrible. How could you even watch it? I watched.
love that show.
Did you really?
Mhm.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
No, I love it.
Oh my gosh, that's rough.
There's another one. Oh,
What?
Fresh Prince. Used to
Oh,
love that
that's a good one. No,
That's good.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I watched
Those would
the-
come on early in the morning, and I'd always know like what time it was.
Well, I watched it when it was like
They
really
were
on
reruns,
TV. I
yeah.
know. I watched it when it was really on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like watching.
Saved by the Bell was always before Fresh Prince, and then I think it was a paid program after that. So like that's like 9 o'clock. So I'd have to wake up early to watch those.
Wow. When I used to wake up early to watch, well, this now, of course, this is what
Mhm.
30 odd years, 40 odd years later. Like, was I had watched. Remember the? No, you remember this. You remember the Disney Afternoon? You don't remember it, but you know what I'm talking about. The Disney Afternoon, where it was Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Rescue Rangers.
I know those shows.
Like all those shows. They
Yeah.
used to be what they called the afternoon, Disney Afternoon. There's more
Mhm.
too. There's Tailspin. There's Goof Troop, and what's the one with Donald? Oh no, the Quack Pack. Quack Pack.
Yeah.
And it's when the 3 boys are like teenagers. They're much
Mhm.
older. Oh my gosh, that's how geeky I am. I just named all those. And the Gummy Bears. I forgot the Gummy Bears. The Adventures of the Gummy Bears, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing here and there. No, that was my jam.
You said Avengers. I didn't.
What?
I don't get into superhero stuff.
It wasn't. It was Gummy Bears. It was about gummy bears that drank gummy berry juice, and then it'd make them bounce. And they lived in like medieval times.
TV was weird back then, huh? Now it's all educational.
Oh yeah, no, there was no education. It was
Yeah.
basically a bunch of
Hurt
bears.
yourself or hurt yourself more.
a bunch of bears getting drunk, bouncing around.
Yeah. Kids watch this.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. A bunch of bears getting drunk and bouncing around. It's sad that I even know that theme song.
Anyways.
I bet you we lost like 5 people. Like I cannot believe you
Right.
even remember those. But like I was saying, and what happened is after they kind of did their like run, they put them all in the early morning.
Mhm.
Because years ago when I was a kid, they would show like 70 anime stuff in the morning, like Voltron, and so when you wake up early, you would see Voltron,
Mhm.
and it'd be like, you'd be like, what show is this? And then all of a sudden you would get into it, and then you're like the next morning, like setting your alarm
Right.
clock, and you're like, burning the candle on both sides because you'd be going to bed late,
Mhm.
and then waking up the crack of dawn to watch TV for a half-hour show, and then
Yeah.
you're like, yep, I'm up.
Did you have any shows that your mom like you're supposed to go to bed at a certain time, or wait? Did you have a bedtime?
Yes. The rule was in my house was, which was a rule with my daughter was, you can go to bed, but you have to be in bed, but you can watch TV. But the problem is, half the time, if you had a full day, you lay in bed,
And you're
and
gone.
you 9 out of 10 times,
Yeah.
you'd be out cold. And I would tell my mom, well, I fall asleep all the time. Can I sit up? Can I go? No. You have to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be in bed, and you can stay up as long as you want.
But
she knew.
Was there ever a show that she's like, all right, you can watch?
Yeah, Quantum Leap. That was the one at 10 o'clock that I would be like, and magically enough, it always was that one day, and it was always that one day that I would watch him. See, it was about a guy who leaped out of, he was in a machine and he leaps into your body, but no one knows it's him except him. And when he looks in the mirror, so when like looking at me, you still would see me and you'd be like, hey Naz, how you doing? But it's really, his name is Sam Beckett. And then he would try to fix history to make your life better. And he was doing good. And it was a real great show like that. And every time I'd be like, yes, and I would watch him leap. And of course, he would leap. You would see him in the very beginning leap into the new guy. And then he would look in the mirror and he was one time he was a black man, he was a woman. He did all of it. And it was a great show because it really touched how people were being treated differently. And of course, him being him, he didn't really, dealt with that in his life. And because he was from the future. So there was a lot of stuff that he had to deal with, which was really, I found it very educational and I guess humbling in some ways, or a lot of empathy towards people in that show. And he landed, and I go, yes, I'm watching it. And then first commercial, I go, okay, I'm just going to close my eyes a little bit. Right. I'm okay. And I'm just going to wake up after this commercial. And then I would wake up as he was leaping to the out of it. I'd be like, son of a... And I'd go to my mom, I really got to stay up. I got to try to...
Why don't you just sit up in bed?
That wasn't the rule. I had to lay down. And it didn't matter because once you got comfy in bed, you got comfy.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course the lights had to be off. Like everything was going against you. She knew it. She knew it. She'd be like, yeah, watch this. She'd be like to my dad, watch this, Bob. He's not going to last 5 hours. He's asleep.
Right. See, we went to bed at 8 o'clock and my mom said no TV. Like after that, like go to bed. Turn the lights off. Kiss you goodnight. And then that was it. But there was one time, and you're gonna laugh at me for this.
Nope, no, I'm not gonna laugh.
We begged her for the season premiere of
oh gosh,
Hannah Montana.
Okay, all right.
And I remember she's like, all right, but right after this you have to go to bed. It was half an hour, and we were just stood
was
there.
Was it a half hour?
Yeah.
I would think that would be an hour long.
No, it was a half an hour.
Half hour. So what time was this coming on? Like 8
o'clock.
Oh, 8 o'clock. So you're only going half an hour.
Yeah.
So it's not that.
Yeah. So and we didn't even sit on the couch. We sat on the floor in front of the
right
TV,
in front of the TV
with the blankets around us.
All 3 of you?
Yeah.
All 3 of you?
Yes,
Oh no, so
all 3 of us.
Oh, it's okay.
I guess we were all into it.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
I still love Hannah Montana to this day.
Do you?
Yeah, I watch the reruns all the time. I have Disney Plus, so I just watch it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Just background noise. I can quote pretty much all of it.
I don't think I've never watched the show that much. I've never watched.
Oh, I watch it all the time.
Shannon, she watched Grey's. Like you know what the worst thing is? We'll watch TV shows, and it doesn't matter. We watch Law and Order. Oh, you see that? That's this guy from this episode where he died of a. And I'm like looking at her like, okay. Oh, see her? She also died in season 3, and she had a lump on her neck. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like everything we watch is Grey's Anatomy. Like so many stars go through there. I'm surprised she's not writing.
Right.
Throwing
she
me
actually
under the
left
bus.
us.
No, actually, we say this on the Goofy Geek Boutique. We always, because she makes bows for the Grey's Anatomy, but she watches it. Like, I'll call her, and she's like, I'm like, what are you watching? Grey's.
Isn't that still on?
Yeah, it is.
Aren't they still?
They're still on now.
Crazy. Good for them.
I think I'm going in trouble now. Thanks for throwing me under the bus. I think they're.
Beep, beep.
Are you backing up the truck on me? You're just not throwing me in front of it. You're backing up. Yeah, we got words for you. I think they're going on the 20th, or they're on 19th. They're close. They're at like 18th, 19th, or 20th. Like they're in that era of trying to get to 20.
Yeah. SpongeBob is another one for me. Like I could watch this all day. I quote SpongeBob on it. Ask my mom.
You quote him? Is
yeah.
Like he's that, like I've watched SpongeBob, but I don't think he's that quotable.
I can use it in like any sentence. I say that now, but
she's like Give me a SpongeBob spelling bee, and I can be
Sandy, water. What's that thing that sea creatures need? A wallet, a watch. Sandy, water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go, right there. It sounded just like him.
I know. I've been perfecting it.
I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting with SpongeBob.
I
don't even care. You know, no one's laughing at us. We're
No,
just laughing
yeah.
at ourselves. Don't worry. We're here to entertain ourselves. You think we're here to entertain you?
Right.
You're silly. No. Yeah. You really were. I know. I did watch seasons of SpongeBob. Both of my kids both like SpongeBob, so I don't hate him. I love Patrick. So I mean, I know episodes, but I don't. I don't think I know anything by. Oh no, I do. I know.
Take your time.
No, really. Spaceballs. I can literally say every line in
Really?
that. Spaceballs. Oh my gosh.
See, I'm a quoter. Like, if I watch a movie a couple of times, I can quote it.
Really?
Disney movies, I quote them all the time.
Really? I always seem to come up with my own quotes.
We know Niles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's like your sister, right?
What?
Well, with the birthday party, we were telling,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. We're always getting in trouble, like, saying things. No, but I always just kind of do my own thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know, Spaceballs my favorite movie.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I love, you know what the problem is? I love certain parts of it, and then it gets to a point where I kind of go, oh, what happened? Like, this was so good, and then we went right down. But, like, that first half of that movie is, like, pure gold.
Yeah.
Like, I always like, oh, at least watch the first half with me. Because at one point, they'll be like, this is a stupid movie. I'm like, yes, but watch the first
Airplane's a
part.
stupid movie, but that's a good movie.
That's a good movie. Airplane? Oh, my
Oh my
gosh.
God. I can quote that one a lot,
That
too.
I can watch. You a quoter on that one?
Something, yeah.
Yeah, really?
Mhm.
It's because
It's gone now.
You know it's out because they're out of coffee. I love that part when he's like, yeah, everyone's dying. Oh, and everyone's like, yeah, okay, but we're out of coffee. And then everyone goes crazy. Like, yeah, we can handle
The
people
inflatable
dying.
comes up. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go watch those movies, guys.
I'm always laughing. Oh, see? She's always laughing. She's
Oh.
always laughing at me.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, laughing at me is good. If you're laughing with me, I don't know what we're laughing at.
Well.
You're laughing at me, I know what we're laughing at. All right.
You tell that story.
All right.
What was that story?
I don't
even remember.
I don't even remember the story.
Oh, your tattoo story.
Oh, my tattoo story. Yes. Okay. Well, this is the worst story. Like, this makes me sound
No,
such
it's
a
so
loser. Such a
I
loser.
I was laughing so hard. It's such a good story.
Okay, but you find it funny. Okay, I'll tell the story.
You like when people laugh at you.
Okay, all right, tell the story. All right, so I oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling this publicly. So I decide that I stop laughing.
It's so good. Look at you.
So I decided that I had a bad breakup. So I decided to get a tattoo because I was going to show everyone what a tough guy I am. That's stupid. I'm only I believe I'm 18 or 19, so I'm young, and so let's keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to prove everyone I'm a badass. And this is before sleeves were big, you know, like, you know, tattoos were not uncool, but they weren't like not like they are now. Like now, everyone gets a tattoo. It's nothing really fancy. So I decide that I'm going to get this tattoo. So I figure this all out. I get exactly what I want. And I go to the guy, and the guy's the owner, and the guy's like, all right. And I'm like, listen.
I wonder if he remembers.
I probably not.
Next time I get my tattoo, I'm going to ask him.
Because all I remember is that he was catching a flight when he was done with me to go to, I think Mexico. I think he was going to Mexico or Cancun. Cancun. Cocoon. He was going to Cocoon.
He's going to be a butterfly.
So I'm trying to remember the story. Good.
Sorry.
So it's in the middle of the summer, which is stupid because it is 1,000 degrees, and it's one of those nights where it is. You know when you leave the doors open and it's just
It's worse.
dead air.
Yeah.
It's just pure hot dead air. So I decide that I'm going to get this tattoo, and I'm like, this is it. I'm going to get a tattoo on my arm. I'm going to show everyone how tough I am. So I go in, and the guy says, oh, this is real easy. Listen, the outer rim hurts the most, and then when I do the coloring, it should be real easy. And I say, okay. So the guy starts doing the outer rim, and I am a mess. This is the worst pain I ever had in my life. I'm trying to act macho. I am like, yeah, I'm good. And he looks up at me, and I'm white as a ghost. He's like, dude, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, why? And he's like, you're white. And I'm like, well, it kind of hurt. Like, like it,
Yeah.
like and I'm not breathing either. That's probably
Right.
what's not helping because
Right. He's told me a couple times to breathe.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
right.
I thought I was.
Yeah, because the pain makes you go,
Right.
and you're like you think holding your breath is going to make the pain better,
Right.
and I don't think it really does. I think
No.
mentally
Right.
it does.
It makes you think of something else.
Right, so you're just like, yeah, I'm about to die. That's what
Right.
it makes you think of, and not the pain that your arm's about to fall off or whatever you're getting.
Right.
You're like,
Right.
so he's like, okay, all right. He's like, oh my gosh, you really don't look good. And I went, oh, okay. He's like, so he yells at some guy to come over and give me water. So I swear to God, I open it's the water container was like this tall, like
an
skinny,
inch.
and like this, like it was one of those. The baby ones, they like round.
Yeah.
Somehow back in the 90s, like it
Yeah,
was
like a
like this
2-ounce
little,
bottle.
yeah, and so it was like gone. The water just hit my lips and it was gone. It was like gone. And I'm not even joking. It was gone. And I was like, and he's looking at me. He's like, and of course, that doesn't do anything. Like it doesn't
Right.
bring down your body temperature. And so he gets another one. And so of course that's gone like in a heartbeat. And so he's like, sit back down. And now he's like, has, that operation, not operation, doctor's paper?
Yeah.
Because on the chair, because
Yeah.
I'm so sweaty now,
Right.
because it's so hot,
Right.
and I'm starting to have a meltdown because I'm like,
Right.
it's hurting.
Right.
So he gets in, he goes, hey, you're done. Like the outer rims are done.
Mhm.
So that was the hardest part. And I went, oh, good. Okay. I'm halfway there. Now he has to color it in, which is, now he works on my arm for, about
hours, right?
yeah, about 2 hours. And now when I say it's 2 hours, it doesn't look like 2 hours, but it's a lot of details. So
Yeah.
so he goes, okay, all we gotta do is color this bad puppy in, and you're done. And I went, oh, good. And then the guy decided to take the needle and shove it through my body to my other arm, and started being like, ee, ee, ee. And so basically, I am having convulsions on the table because I am like the worst pain that I thought I had was now the worst pain reality.
Right.
And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. But I have to finish it because I don't
Right.
want it to look like I'm conscious to know that I don't want this. Like, I didn't want to be that guy that has like the one
period.
letter, like like the one dot
Yeah.
on his arm, or like
Oh,
you
nice freckle.
yeah. So it's like, what happened to your arm? And it's like, that was a tattoo. Really? And so he got it done. And then the guy was so nice, he smacked it afterwards. I thought I was gonna fall off. You ever seen Jerry Lewis when like he hit, like someone hits him and he goes flying off of whatever? He
Yeah.
over exaggerates everything. I felt like that. I felt like the man hit me and I went flying off the chair. And I was like, there's the worst pain. He goes, well, what do you think? If it was going to feel good? And I was like, not that bad.
Right.
I felt awkward. And I was young, too. So I wasn't like I am now. And I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Thanks a lot, guy. Thanks for helping me out.
Yeah.
I wasn't that cocky. I was only 19. So I was just like, oh. And of course, like he's like, oh, you can't shower. You can't do, you can't get it wet for this long. And, and all that stuff. And then I left. And it was like literally walked around with my arm completely straight. And of course, I thought it was a great idea in the 90s to go out to the bar afterwards. And then everyone's like, oh, you got a tattoo? That's all. Oh, my God. I'm surprised it's not all scarred up. Because
Right.
everyone kept touching me.
Right.
Like, because you know how they bandage it up so you can't see it. Well, I think that you can see it now. Like,
Some
they
places.
do. Yeah, but back then.
He still puts like the
pad.
The pad.
Yeah, like the little
black.
gauze. Yeah. And he kept, so it was covered. So everyone was like, let me see it. And I'm like, I'm not taking this thing off. Like,
Ever.
yeah.
It is now part of my body.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty
This
rough.
is my tattoo.
This is my tattoo. Yeah. I don't even know this has been a good We've been just talking about ourselves. I don't even know if people even care, but it's been fun. I'm having fun.
I'm having fun.
That's all that counts.
Kind of forgot we were doing a podcast. We were just talking.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That's when we work on the Goofy Geek Boutique. I just go along and I don't even think about what we're doing. I just kind of just sell and laugh and joke and because we sell bows and tumblers and oh God, we sell.
Put that plug in there one more time.
Yeah. Hey, don't you have a plug?
No.
Sorry, Kels, got thrown under the bus.
You can follow her on Twitch. It's average_savage1. I hope that was correct.
Oh my gosh!
She streams.
You plugged your fiance and I hope it's correct. You don't even know?
I think it is. I can look it up, but I'm pretty sure that was it. Sorry. She's gonna hate me. But it's on Twitch. She likes to stream all kinds of
what's she doing?
Games.
Oh, she one of those gamers that play?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I couldn't do that. I'd be too aggravated. I'd be screaming at the TV.
Yeah,
people,
that's why I don't watch her.
People, why does she scream? Does she get mad?
She gets angry, yeah.
I would cry. I've cried at video games. I won't admit it.
Well, you were just telling me about that.
I literally will cry. Oh, we got it. You're right. So you're right.
Oh, thanks, Veda. Average_savage1.
I have literally cried at video games. I'm trying to think. What was my last game? I played a God of War where you have to hit the buttons in particular order, and they're like X, and I'm like, look, I don't know what the heck X is. I felt like an old man because I kept looking down like, which one's X? And by the time you figure out what X is, it's gone.
Yeah.
And they're moving on to another thing, and then I start hitting, and then you get to a point where you're just hitting stuff, and they basically tell you F you and move on because they just like.
Kelsey tried to get me to play a game, and so. It's called Overwatch. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah. I see the action figures. I collect action figures, but yeah, I've seen them.
So, she thought it was a great idea for me to play because she really wants me to play these shoot 'em up games, and I'm just not.
Oh, it's a shooting game?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't do good with those.
I don't understand it. Like, why? How many times can you kill someone and be happy? You know?
I don't think you need to be happy. Jeez.
Well, you're happy that you won.
That's my Shannon's son one time says, "Hey, Nas, you need to do me a favor." Hands me the controller. Says, "All you gotta do is go around shooting the bad guys." And I'm like, "What happens if they shoot back?" And he's like, "You're dead." Like literally took 2 steps. Boom! I was dead. And he goes, "What?" He was like, I just haven't even left yet, Nigel. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. I'm like, I'm not good at these games.
Right. So she has me do this. There's like a trial thing, or like a thing where like, pretty much to get you ready.
Oh yeah, like a little try to start you off, like
Yeah. What is that called? Like a how-to.
Yeah,
almost.
how-to. Yeah, that's perfect.
So at first it's like a standstill target, right?
Yeah.
Can't hit the target, and then they start moving like so slow. Still can't do it.
Now, are you a gamer, period?
No.
So you don't play? You've never really played games.
Well, Mario.
Yeah, but I mean, like.
Not like they have to have a story to them.
Right, I gotcha.
I like the Lego games.
Just know those are made for like 4-year-olds.
And you know what? I still can't beat them.
So you play Legos. Does she unplug your controller and just hand it to you, and you think you're playing?
No, we actually played it together for a while.
I did that with my kid when they were little.
Because we were playing it together too. Yeah.
Right. Remember? Oh, yes.
Oh, you could have that.
Do you remember the Batman Lego?
Yes.
At my house.
That's why I like it.
That we used to play. We used to play. Oh my gosh, you were so little then.
It moves like Jagger.
And it moves like Jagger, and then I would move the character in a way that it would dance, and you and Sammy would literally be in tears.
Yeah.
Like laughing.
And Marin was just laughing.
Yeah, well, all 3 of you were just laughing because I would just be doing the stupidest things.
I feel like she didn't really know what was going on.
No, she was still little. She was like, what, 2, 3?
Like
maybe
4
4.
max.
Yeah, 4 the max. Like she still was, and you guys were like,
we're just like peeing ourselves laughing.
I know, you thought it was funny. It was so stupid.
Right.
And that's why we're doing a podcast, because we're both 2 stupid people.
Right.
No, guys. If you want, we're gonna definitely our next podcast. We're definitely gonna be. What did I miss? Everything, Kelsey.
You missed the whole thing. And I thought I said your name wrong.
Yeah, she gave you a shout out.
I was correct.
She gave you a shout out. We're plugging stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. We're definitely gonna be doing topics. Probably more things of like if you guys want a particular topic, you guys give us a shout out.
I saw the beta tag Mike.
So she's like, I see I've been tagged. If you guys are looking for particular topics you guys are looking for, you guys leave, you can put up a topic right now. Obviously, today was just our first podcast / live. So it's on YouTube. This will be going on Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On YouTube.
And
then
it's on the Goofy Geek podcast on YouTube.
And the next one we'll get into more topics where we can debate a little bit about different things and talk about from Star Trek all the way down to, I guess, Hannah Montana, since we got a Hannah Montana lover over here. I have no problem doing a podcast about Hannah Montana.
Do you know anything about it?
I know enough. I know, right? I know Dolly Parton was her...
she's a real godmother.
Mm-hmm. And Vicki Lawrence was her Meemaw, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And her father's her real father on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I know...
Her younger sister actually made an appearance a couple times.
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're so proud of you. Like, yeah.
I did. I'm not.
Well, no, that's all right. I can learn stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, it was a point in her life. Disney stuff. Disney. We can talk about comics. We can talk about anything you guys want to talk. Kelsey's like, I just.
We could always educate ourselves too.
Yeah, always something
Figure it
new.
out.
Some new things we can look up or try to examine and break down.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a Power Ranger fan? I was a Power Ranger fan.
Mm-hmm.
No? None of them?
No, I don't. I just don't think I like the action.
You don't like the action?
Mm-mm.
You just like the kind of girly story of, like, soap opera type of shows.
No, because I like funny. So,
Oh, yeah.
As long as it's like...
But my daughter got me into iCarly. I got into iCarly. Like,
That's a good show. Did you know they're coming out with another one?
Yes.
They're, like, starting back
I'm
up?
sad that Sam's not coming back because I like Sam.
Well,
But I understand why.
Yeah.
Like I did a lot of research. I actually didn't know why she came back, and then I
Mhm.
found out some creepy stuff about Nickelodeon. Ugh,
Yeah.
That's dark side. I felt
Yeah.
bad for them. But
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it though. I don't like reboots. I hate.
Well, here's my problem.
Like it was good. Why are we doing it again?
My problem
And
is,
remakes. Like why?
but see, my thing is like it was great because they were two kids, kind of like doing what we're doing. They did like a
Mhm.
show,
Right.
and then now they're adults and they have nothing better to do except come back and do the show again.
Right.
Like I'm not really sure on that, which is kind of, I feel like the whole cast got a real crappy deal there. I mean, I know Sam kind of went her way because of obvious reasons,
Mhm.
and there was more than just one. It's very sad.
Mhm.
I know. What's the girl who plays iCarly? Miranda. She got a bum deal. She hurt her ankle and she lost all her contracts for all her music stuff because
Mhm.
she broke her ankle really bad, I guess. And then she really went to college. And then I kind of feel like they kind of just left her, like she kind
Yeah.
of left
Mhm.
behind. And then my boy Spencer, he made the whole show. Like I love that
Oh
guy.
yeah.
I don't
I
know
don't
how
think
that guy even didn't do anything after this. Like, I would have had him if I made a movie.
Everything.
He'd be
Well,
in,
he actually was the voice for a couple of
cartoons. Like he
yeah.
did that dog one, right? That
Yeah.
dog super spy thing. Oh no, I don't
Oh,
remember. It was a white dog, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Oh no, I don't remember it. Yeah, but I'm right though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
But
I was just talking about this the other day and I can't.
yeah, I know. But I love that guy. I thought he was great. I because he was good in Josh and Drake.
Drake and Josh.
Josh and Drake, whatever.
Did you hear the conspiracy theory
I
about
don't.
it?
I don't even know. Like that, all those shows back then don't seem to have like a lot.
The
of
conspiracy theory between iCarly and Drake and Josh. Did you hear it?
No, I don't.
So Crazy Steve,
Right.
kidnapped Megan,
Okay.
and then
Oh, and then became
Spencer. Yeah, changed
and
their names, and
Oh.
it was Spencer and
the way
Carly.
Nickelodeon worked back then. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. That's really dark. Have you seen
Yeah.
that? The stuff's
I
scary.
love conspiracy theories. Like
No,
that.
I mean,
we should
no.
do something like that.
Yeah, why don't we do something like that? I'll do that. And we only have
You
3
guys wanna
people
hear
watch.
that?
Oh, only
We're
3
gonna do it anyways.
Yeah. You want to do that? We don't care. We're doing it anyway. Yeah, no, I think that's great. I love that. That sounds like a great thing. I love all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
like those type of things.
I love conspiracy theories.
I love when they try to put 1 and 2 together. But
there's a lot of Disney ones out there too.
yeah, same thing with the whole Tarzan, Elsa,
And Little Mermaid.
yeah, they're all
Connected.
connected, which is just creepy in some ways.
It was like Elsa and Anna. Well, I guess we can do this another day.
Yeah, we can do it another bit, but yeah, there's supposed to be a conspiracy theory where A and B is basically connected through parents and situations, and but that's stuff that I like. I like that. I like connecting all those.
I hate when people like give a conspiracy theory, and then there's always that one person who's like, "Oh no, it's actually that couldn't be true because that's a completely different ocean than the other one."
Right, yeah.
Okay, but it's a fun conspiracy.
I think that's the fun part. Like, I don't know, like, well, let's go back to my nerdum here, is that, like, when I read the comic, that's why I actually read West Coast Avengers when I was a kid, because West Coast Avengers was all about Wanda and Vision, which we see now in the TV shows, and you find out that Wanda and Vision are Magneto's children, and they actually were connected to the X-Men, which that was another comic that I read. So that actually connected to the Avengers connected, and that's something I loved about Marvel, is that certain comics would connect to each other and in some way, shape, and form, and it was like another like ahas moments where you're like, wait a minute, are you kidding me? This is this is this.
Well, it gives you like more to the story too.
The world is much bigger than just like a drop. Like like every story we see, like from princesses,
it's like one-sided.
It's I mean, and then it's one drop. And then the nice part is to kind of like come back. Like I like the one part where you saw all the princesses like going to what is it, like, oh no, Rapunzel's going to Anna's thing, and
like
the wedding. Was it the wedding she goes to?
The coronation.
The coronation, that's it. And you take a step back, and then you kind of realize that everybody lives in the same world, which I think I love that. Like I love that everybody lives in the same world.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I am a sucker for crossovers.
Oh, yeah.
Like Doctor Who. I love when there's multi-doctors. I know you're not. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan.
We can talk about that. We'll talk about Hannah. We'll talk about Doctor.
Right. I love like when Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. I love watching Picard. I love when there's crossovers. I don't know why. It just makes the world feel like it's all one
connected.
Instead of like this is in this time, this is in this time.
The cool thing that came out, like the coolest crossover for our generation was the Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron.
Yes, I remember that.
That was like the coolest thing, and they're actually like
they go to their different worlds, and their animation changed.
Yeah,
it went from being like a cartoon to like 3D
ever.
animation. Yeah, like those are the things that I like. That's the same thing with the Avengers. I mean, like as lame as it sounds, like you read it in the comic books, and you're like, you know, that's the biggest thing that happened a lot when I was reading comic books, that people would cross over. I mean, Wolverine's been on every freaking team I can think of, but the object was that they would team up with people, and how would it be when they teamed up with these group of people?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I was done reading comics in '94, and I hate to say I was not around for the real birth of Deadpool. I mean, he was there, but I was leaving. I was leaving when Deadpool came. But like when my day, Groot and Rocket were all independent, just people that would just show up. They weren't part of a team. There was no Guardians of the. Well, there was a Guardians of the Galaxy, but it wasn't how we know it now.
Yeah.
So there was a real interesting thing when they actually made the world bigger, and I think that was the fun part for me, was that they keep talking about the mega crossover, but those were things that, like in a comic book, that was gold for me when certain characters that you were reading or you didn't read came to your comic, and you would have a whole episode, and you were like, wow, I didn't know this guy does this or does that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big crossover. Are you a crossover?
Yeah, I love that. I remember when Hannah Montana.
Oh, they had a big one.
Hannah Montana with Sweet Life, and I think there was another person in there.
Oh, that's another one I watched when they went on the boat. I didn't watch I didn't watch when they were in the hotel. Like I did a little bit, but
you know, they're like one of the only, not the only, but they're one of the many or very few Disney young stars that like didn't get in trouble as they
Yeah,
went
well,
to,
one
like,
of them's on Riverdale, right?
oh my god, I love that show.
Are
Did
you
you
a
watch
Riverdale?
it?
No, I don't watch it.
Oh,
My problem was I actually, right? How this is how geeky I am. At one point, I actually used to read Archie.
really?
I used to read Archie, which was like 1950 bull. Like it's
Mhm.
just, it's like what reading Scooby Doo, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It was real light. The biggest highlight was watching Jughead eat all the burgers at Pops. Like it was like
It's
that.
so funny because I watched that show and
The
I
little
only
crown on
watched
his
it
head.
because Cole Sprouse is in it.
Right, which is,
Uh,
isn't that the twin?
that's Cody.
Yeah,
Mhm.
one of the twins.
Um,
Doesn't even look like him because he has his hair all black.
Yeah, but I started watching it because of that, and I'm one of those people where if I start a show, I have to finish it, no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
if I like it or not.
Yeah.
But it was one of those where it freaked me out. I couldn't go outside. I
Really?
couldn't. Yeah, it freaked me out because they're like
I'm
certain
watching
things.
Sabrina though. I'm on the last
I didn't watch
season of
that one yet.
Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, like the dark one,
Mm-hmm.
not
Not like the
Melissa,
Melissa,
whatever.
That was a good show. I watched that. Too.
No, I didn't watch that one.
Um,
That one was a little bit too
yeah, like,
kiddie for me.
I couldn't sleep at night because I was thinking about it. I'd watch it too late at night, so I'm like, oh my god. There
Well,
was a stalker in the beginning.
Whoa, so you got obsessed with this?
Yeah, and I had to.
All
finish
right,
it.
this has to be
And
a
then
whole
the
comment.
next thing came out.
This has to be
the
a
next
whole
season came out.
podcast.
I'm like, all right, I gotta watch it again.
This has to be a whole
You have to
podcast.
watch it.
No, I don't want to watch
Okay,
it.
you don't have to watch it, but it's a good show.
I know Shannon, Marin, they watched it, and I know a few other people that have watched it that said they're good. I just feel like my plate's full of things to watch. Like I have too
Yeah.
much to watch.
Did you watch You?
No,
Good one too.
I didn't watch you. Did you watch Lost in Space? That was a good one. So I watch all the geeky stuff.
We watched like nothing the same.
I know, but that makes it good because
Yeah.
then you can talk about stuff and I can talk about stuff.
Mhm.
Like, but I don't know. I like geeky, like the crazy stuff, like
Yeah.
the things that make you go, like,
Mhm.
even though I'm big in Law and Order right now. I don't know why I'm so big. I've been watching from 1990 and I've been going all the way up. I don't
Mhm.
know why. It's just I've been addicted to it.
Yeah.
And it's like I just want to see everyone come and go and like how they leave and how they enter the show and how they leave the
Mhm.
show. I don't know why. It's so stupid. We get hooked on these things. And anime. I'm a big anime fan.
Oh jeez.
I've been watching One Piece. I'm at like 668.
I forget what Kelsey was watching. She was watching, I think, Demon Slayer. It's
Oh,
the one
yeah,
that the
yeah.
new movie came out.
Yeah, no, everybody
and
I know.
she would ask me, she's like, "Can I go watch that?" Because obviously I'm not gonna watch it with her.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
go do whatever the hell you want.
Just
Like,
leave
I'm
me
not your
alone.
mom.
Just leave me alone.
Well, it's not that. It's just like if you want to go watch your show, go
Right.
watch your show. But
Oh, no, so we have a lot of things we can talk about.
yeah,
So this could be fun. Or at least I think it could be fun.
we'll make it fun.
We'll make it fun. It'll just be fun for you and me.
Right.
We'll just be talking.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. But yeah. So we're almost time
Yeah.
to wrap it up. But we could, if anyone has any suggestions or anything they would like, or something that they would, certain topics they want to. Obviously, it's going to be more funny and more entertaining when we actually have not just funny stories about ourselves. Or probably we'll have funny stories about ourselves during, but it will connect to
Mhm.
whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
But
You like to tangent, as you can tell.
yeah, but we'll just
That's
on
okay.
some things. Yeah, I know, especially when you get on a good topic.
Right.
I think everybody could definitely have fun,
Mhm.
get good laughs. I don't even know what our next topic is, but I'll drop a thing on the Goofy Geek page. I'll drop what our topic's going to be, and so we can all talk, and you can join us. We'll probably go live again. Obviously, this is our first time doing this, so hopefully we'll clean out more bugs, because I can see we did it. We separated again. We
Yeah.
we winded me together.
It's like we're like trying to
Yeah, I
talk
know,
to each
'cause
other. We'll have to move the phone.
Well, we're
further
gonna have to
away or
move the
whatever.
phone back, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. And I don't know. This could be definitely something we'll definitely want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I guess that's it. So
It was good talking.
it was until I guess till next Sunday, because we'll do this again next Sunday.
Mhm.
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 I'll be there. I'll be here. Will you be here?
Well, we're at your house, so I guess I'll be here, and I hope you're here, or this is gonna be real creepy that I'm here by myself.
Kelsey might be here.
Well, that's all right. I like her.
She can come in.
I don't know if she likes me, but she can give a take.
It
And
would take a lot of people.
Yeah.
You're not special.
Story of my life. All right. So then, all right, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Sunday. All right. Bye guys.